So today's topic is the IMA Code of Ethics and the Fraud Triangle. So, of course, the professionals who, like we call professionals, to the people who becomes the member of the IMA. Okay, from this perspective. So there are certain considerations what a professional should have. Okay, that means there are some things which, like something should be a part and parcel of his routine task on daily basis. Some inclusions he should have in his routine task on daily basis. So the inclusion here we are emphasizing on ethics. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
customs and traditions in different parts of the world, of course, are different, and even in neighboring countries also we know that the things are different: culture, custom, tradition. So ethics has made ethics a complicated issue. So see, if you go to some place there, like let's say India, many people prefer vegetarian food. If you go to other places, people also prefer non-veg food. So things are different in like in India at some places and abroad at some places. There is cultural difference, customs are different, traditions are different. So ethics for them can be different thing from ethics, like with respect to what we think. So we think that we should not kill an animal and eat. They think that it's a part of their food. So like here we think that as immoral or unethical. There for them they have no worries, no, like there's no, they don't have any issues with that, correct? So now it's a very complicated issue, to harmonize this ethics around the world. That means everyone should follow one kind of ethics around the world. It's very tough. Okay, so what may be considered unethical in one part of the world may be seen as business as usual in another. Despite these local and regional elements of ethics, there is a shared understanding of what is considered ethical or unethical on a global level, of course. So the CMA exam tests ethics based on standard established by Institute of Management Accountants and codified in its statement of ethical professional practice. So that is what we have to just focus. We should not go deeper into this ethics and read different books to understand about ethics, but we should only follow what things the IMA, or what as per IMA the code of ethics should be. We should follow that. So IMA statement of ethical professional practice. So individuals in management, accounting and financial management have a unique set of circumstances relating to their employment. So to address the issue of ethics for its members and to help them assess a situation and make a decision, the Institute of Management Accountants has developed a code of ethics called IMA Statement of Ethical Professional Practice. The statement adopted in its current form in 2017 is provided here in full. So let's see that. So now we will come into the main thing. These are the code of ethics, what the IMA wants its members to follow. So the statement of ethical professional practice. So members of Institute of Management Accountants shall behave ethically. First point, a commitment to ethical professional practice. If they are in any kind of job or vocation, they should act professionally and ethically. So ethical professional practice, that's what we say, includes overarching principles that express our values and standards that guide member conduct. So these are the ones which we follow and these are guiding a member's conduct. So IMA's overarching ethical principles include first and foremost honesty. Okay, these are the principles what every member should follow. First, he should be honest, fair. That means he should not be biased, dishonest. He should have justice. Not there shouldn't be any kind of injustice, and he shouldn't be impartial. He should have, he should be very much impartial. Sorry, not partial, and he should be equitable. That means he should not discriminate amongst the peers or under him subordinates, etc. He should not have favoritism, and he should be working with some objectivity and should take responsibility of whatever the task is performing. Now standards. IMA members have a responsibility to comply with and uphold the standards of competence. Okay, so these are the standards of ethics as per the IMA. So IMA's members have the responsibility. It is on them to comply. It is on them to comply with and uphold the standards of competence, confidentiality, integrity, and credibility. So competence is nothing but, see, you, if you become an IMA member or you crack this CMA examination, you become the member, you should be competent enough, okay, to do
Okay.
or perform the tasks of a cost and management accountant. Okay, you should be
Okay.
very much competent enough, or you should be having that expertise, that knowledge. You should be knowing the technical standards, the relevant laws, regulations. You should have that qualification, knowledge, capacity to fulfill a particular job effectively. Okay, so if you fail to comply uh,
Hmm.
with the standards, then disciplinary action will be taken by the IMA. So let's understand the first standard, what is that is competence. As I've given some I've just thrown some light on that right now. So maintain an appropriate level of professional leadership. You are a professional and you should maintain that, and you also have that expertise by enhancing knowledge and skills. That means you should not sit idle. You should always try to upgrade. If you become a professional, you cannot sit idle. You should always try to upgrade your skills. You should be constantly upgrading your skills by reading articles, journals, whatever the latest developments are coming, new developments, etc. Perform professional duties in accordance with relevant laws, regulations, and technical standards. Okay, so this you cannot skip any time. Provide decision support, information, and recommendation that are accurate, clear, concise, and timely. Recognize and help manage risk. Competence, I've already explained you. It means like you have the necessary skills and knowledge to perform your task, and the qualification as well, and the capacity to do your job very effectively. And you should do things with responsibility. And fulfilling the competence standard includes keeping up with the changes in laws, regulations, accounting standards, and association rules and requirements. Some examples of these are: you should always be updating yourself with the Stock Exchange Commission's guidelines, PCAOB, professional accounting standards, okay, and the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, GAP. This is GAP is nothing but the generally accepted accounting principles, FASB standards, IASB standards, etc. As well as the country in which you are doing a job, you should also have some good knowledge about the state legislation or laws, or legal, like all the legally, whatever the legal updates you should have with you. Okay, so keep information so second thing is confidential. You are the one who may have different clients, and you are the one who may be also employed in an organization. So you should not share your employer's information with anyone, first of all, and should not also disclose your client information to anyone. You're not supposed to do that. It's illegal. Okay, and keep information confidential, except when some authorities ask you, like some CBI raid or something happens, the government will ask details from you. You need to disclose at that point of time. That is legally required. Inform all relevant parties regarding appropriate use of confidential information. Monitor to ensure compliance. Refrain from using confidential information for unethical or illegal advantage. So that should not be done. Okay, so this is
Okay.
some details about that, but it's like very simple to understand. Fine. Integrity, that means you should be very honest. Mitigate actual conflicts of interest. That means you should not have something, you should not perform any task based upon your own interest. You should work for the client's interest, okay, or for the stakeholders interest who are connected with you or who want your services. Regularly communicate with business associates and avoid apparent conflicts of interest. Advise all parties of any potential conflict of interest where there can be difference of opinion between you and your clients, or your the parties with whom you deal. Refrain from engaging in any conduct that would prejudice carrying out duties ethically. Yeah, so don't try to engage in any conduct. That means don't accept any gifts, kickbacks from any of the clients
Hmm.
or any of the parties, so that they may influence you, and they may affect your work conduct, or you may, like, under their pressure, maybe performing certain tasks which you are not supposed to do professionally. Abstain from engaging in or supporting any activity that might discredit the profession. Of course, don't bring any bad name to the profession. Contribute to a positive ethical culture and place integrity of profession above personal interest. That's what they're saying. You should not think for your personal thing. Always think for the client. Okay, so these are the just whatever we discussed, things are there in this. Credibility. Communicate information fairly and objectively. Okay. And provide all relevant information that could reasonably be expected to influence and intended users' understanding of reports, analysis, and recommendations. That means give them credible information on which they can trust. They look up to you because you're a professional to do that. So when professionals don't give credible information, then what's the use of a professional in the society? So that's what it is. Give credible information based upon which they can take some crucial decisions, and they can remember you for your like guidance. Report any delays or deficiencies, yeah, in information timeliness processing or internal controls in conformance with organization policy or applicable law. If any delays are there, in deficiencies there, like why you are like not able to give a valid complete information, because there may be some reason for that you have to disclose. And any limitations, or if you have communicate that, or any constraints that would preclude responsible, that means something because of which you're not able to judge something, you should also bring that to the notice. Okay. Resolving ethical issues, of course, like if any disputes happen, if there is any issue or any of the task which is like not happening, or any kind of issues, you should try to resolve that ethically through discussion, through debate, or put efforts. Okay. Some, if you are lacking some source of information because of which you're not able to like take some decision, then that also you should bring to the notice. Next comes the fraud triangle. See why frauds happen in an organization, why employees why employees are involved in fraudulent acts. Just a second, Suma, just a second. Right. So now why people or employees in the companies are involved in fraudulent acts, why they do frauds. Okay. So there are certain reasons because of which they do. First is pressure, second is opportunity, third is rationalization. See, pressure is nothing but they may have some financial problems such as addiction to something for which they constantly want money. Okay. Bills, they are like spending excessively high, like excessively they are spending somewhere, or they have like a lot of expectation from them regarding sales target or something. So they always would try to do some or the other fraudulent acts for that purpose. Correct. Okay. So they should do things on with legitimate means, but they involve themselves in fraudulent acts. They go for fraud. They try to misrepresent. They try to cheat. They try to do money laundering. They try to divert money or something or the other things they will do. Opportunity. That means they are getting some position whereby there is no monitoring on them. Let's say they have been given some charge as a manager. Okay, and like based upon trust that is given, so they are trying to take advantage of that. And rationalization, see, everyone comes from a normal walk of life, and everyone is not privileged. So like they have dreams and they get influenced, or so they go into the illegal or immoral acts. Okay. So, for example, the employee may think I am just borrowing the money and I will put it back, but you cannot do that. No? See, suppose you are a cashier in a company and you want 10 lakh rupees. Company has that money. So you say that I'll take this money and give the payment to someone tomorrow, and in a day or two I'll try to adjust that money here. So do you think that's honest or dishonest? It's dishonest. Your task
Obvious.
is to just pay the payments to people in the company, not your personal payments. Okay? No?
True.
So Creasy notes that an employer can reduce the chances of fraudulent activity by cutting off at least one leg of the fraud chain. So these three things. One is like opportunity, one is like pressure, opportunity, and rationalization. These are the three legs of
Mm.
a fraud triangle. So if we cut one of the legs, this chair won't be stable. Okay. So employees should be made to feel that they can come to their employer about financial or other problems without being judged, and the employer will help them. Yeah. See, like, why are they doing this? Because employer is not somewhat like addressing or any point of time not paying heed to their personal problems even. So employer should also understand some problems of the employees at times. Suppose someone is sick in their home and they want some money advance as an advance salary, and the employer is denying to do that. So like what happens? These people are under pressure. They could do anything. So the employer should provide a means for employees to air grievances. Like there should be a department whereby these people can put their problems, or some kind of like employer can put some reserves with the company's grievances department or any department, whereby these employees can approach for some loans. They can take loans at lower interest rates, or loans from the borrow money from company for their use, and that can be deducted from their salary. Many companies have that kind of facility. Employers
Okay.
can set a moral or ethical tone at the top. That means, and prevent any employer rationalization that employer is dishonest, by making sure that, see, you should be very much honest from the beginning itself. You should not be the company's like topmost management should not be the corrupt one. Otherwise, these people will also try to take advantage of that. And follow the Sarbanes-Oxley acts like regulations. Okay, management should be very strict. Actually, they should design and implement a control environment that prevents, detects, and deters most fraudulent behavior. In doing so, management undermines the opportunity for illegal behavior by limiting opportunity. The control environment should include an independent and empowered audit committee of board of directors. Like, if all these things are there in company, very less chance of these kind of frauds happening. So they should have a strong internal control management. Okay, they should have a
Oh.
risk management department, hotline available to vendors and customers, as well as employees, because fraud can include activities such as bribery and corruption. So they can, in hotline, they can like kind of intimate like some kind of bribe or something is offered to do any kind of fraud. uh,
Mm.
Written anti-fraud policy that clearly defines fraud and improper conduct, and employee training sessions to review, like train them, they should not do this. Written policy regarding the manner in which fraud allegations are investigated and resolved. So they should give them instruction and guidelines that if this is the case, then what is going to happen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we are done with this unit. Then next unit comes this one, two, like more 2 units, I think, hardly. So tomorrow can we keep the class, because Friday, tomorrow is like, today is what, like Wednesday, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then we can take the class on Friday. Friday, shall we continue this, or like you have time, Suman, right now?
I have 20 minutes time, so.
Okay, then we will take this also, no problem.
सर आपके पास ये स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कैश फ्लो का वीडियो है?
Sorry?
स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कैश फ्लो,
Yeah, I have. No?
कैन यू शेयर दैट विद मी वन मोर टाइम?
Okay, I'll share it, no problem. So ethical considerations for the organization. Ethical considerations for the organization. See, like it was for the members. Now the organization. So see, organization should have a very strong environment, or a very ethical environment, in which they should have lot many guidelines, and the like lot many guidelines whereby they can instruct or they can make certain rules regulations based upon which the like daily affairs should run. So companies are made up of individuals, and individual behavior of every employee from top management to frontline workers. Just a second. Yeah. To frontline workers creates reputation of the company, of course. So everyone's behavior matters. The behavior of companies' employees can have a significant impact on the value of company shares and its ability to attract and retain customers, investors, and employees. Companies, and see, if some company is involved in fraudulent acts, do you think you want to buy the shares of that company, or some company has a
No,
bad name? Do you think investors would go to that company or customers would go to that company? Never.
they
They
won't.
want trust. Trust is what is very important factor. So companies and their employees must conform to laws and regulations, and compliance violations put the organization at risk. The increasingly globalized economy increases potential behavioral conflicts for organizations that operate in different countries, because the values and the ethics of other cultures may be quite different from those in headquarters country. Of course, where your headquarters are, that place can have a different ethics or culture, and where you are operating in different country can have a different culture and ethics. So organization should also take that into consideration. So every organization has a responsibility for conduct of its members. Thus each organization needs to define the principles of behavior that it expects its management and employees to follow. It must clearly outline its organizational value and create a code of ethics and corporate conduct that its members are required to use as guidance in decision making. Of course, they should frame certain rules, certain codes whereby every employee should follow. As we have already discussed that previously, correct? We already were discussing
Yeah.
integrity. Am I right?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Credibility, confidentiality, all these things. Excuse me. Now, in the absence of such guidelines, a company risks certain moral vacuum that, if it endures unchecked, may threaten to derail an organization. Yeah, if things are not going well in the company, that can create a big issue in the company. Okay. So no matter how well intentioned the management might be or how noble the enterprise in which they are engaged, if things are not going well, it will bring a bad name, or it will like kind of affect the reputation of the organization as a whole. So like in the following section discusses the relationship and interactions between company and its employees in the realm of business ethics. So what are the important core values a company should have? Basic core values a company should like company should implement in their company, in themselves, I mean to say in themselves, are transparency, sustainability, responsibility. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
So transparency is nothing but it should be like, oh, everything should be like open book, nothing should be hidden. So
Mhm.
meaning the company is open and honest with its employees and public. They're not hiding anything. There's nothing like confidential. Where it should be, it should be. But related whatever is like, see, some things public company has to disclose everything. They cannot hide anything because it's public's money which is in the company. Private companies can try to hide because they are not bound to show the information to everyone. Correct. And you being the professional and like doing like being uh, like analyst or a professional whose services a company is taking, you should keep that information confidential. You should not share it with anyone. Okay. But companies which are public companies cannot hide anything. Sustainability, that means the business should be done in such a way that you should not try to exploit the resources in such a way that you don't leave anything for the future generation. For your profits, you cannot see, if the mining, if you are in a mining business and you have been given the permission to mine 10 tons, 10 metric tons of some mineral in a day, you cannot mine 30 or 50 million metric tons in a day by bribing the officials. That is very much unethical and illegal task what you're doing. Okay.
Mhm.
Why? Because if the minerals, if the important minerals which are which are present under the earth's surface, okay, are not the things which belong to that company itself, it is everyone's. See, we, every Indian has like right over the natural resources of our country. It's not the like some individual who is rich or privileged can have that. Understood? So government knows how much permission they have to give, so that sustainable development or for things are left over for the future generation. Isn't it so?
Yeah.
So they keep cap on everything. So responsibility, meaning it is committed to integrity and social responsibility. Yeah, things should be done with responsibility. Like if you are charging someone for something, if you are like bound to give some service to someone, you have to give it with thorough responsibility. Corporate culture and its role in ethical decision making. So corporate or organizational culture includes shared norms, values, beliefs, customs, rules, and ceremonies that are accepted and circulated throughout an organization. Yeah. So what is the corporate or organization culture? How you are doing a task, how you are performing, or what is your functionality like. So some things you are doing as normal, as usual, and you have certain values, you work with some beliefs, you follow some customs, you have certain rules and also certain ceremonies. Correct.
Right.
And that is a common thing or something which is like which everyone has awareness of in the organization. So all organizations have some sort of culture. The culture gives members a sense of organization's internal rules of behavior. A company's corporate culture is exhibited in the behavior of its management and employees in documents such as code of ethics and mission statements. See, when you engage with some company, okay, suppose you are buying some apartment with some from some company, some real estate company, some builder or some construction company, and if they delay the project, if they don't deliver what they promise, what kind of impression you'll have? The impression is very clear that these people are not trustworthy. So next time you'll be not taking their investing in their projects. Am I right?
Yeah.
So we'll stop here till 191 and we'll continue from here in the next session
All right.
because it's almost 2. And yeah, we'll try to like more. I think more 2 sessions. Hardly I want to wind up this ethics part. That's it. Then one
Yeah,
session we'll do questions and we'll go for variance analysis. Okay.
try to start the class at once, sir. Like call.
I will surely. No, I was ready actually. Like there was some emergency, like some payment was to be done in my like through my system only. So
Okay.
because of that, yeah. Okay. Okay, Suman. Then we'll try, I'll definitely come on time in the next class and we'll take full-fledged class to wind up this
Yeah.
soon. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.